Here we're standing in the middle of Wall Street, which today is the center of American finance. In the 18th century, this was a mix of homes and offices. And where we're standing here was Alexander Hamilton's first real home in New York City. After the American Revolution, he moved back to New York in 1783, and he took up the practice of law. In fact, in 1782, Hamilton wrote, "I have been employed for the last 10 months in studying the art of fleecing my neighbors," by which he meant he was studying to be a lawyer. And this is where he opened his first law office. He had 3 different law offices. The first one was here in his house at 57 Wall Street, where he lived with his family and where he practiced law. Aaron Burr, Hamilton's rival, also opened a law office around the same time in his house on Wall Street, but Burr's house was up the street in the slightly fancier end of Wall Street, right next to City Hall. Hamilton started his law career actually defending loyalists. And in fact, during the American Revolution, New York City was occupied by the British. This was what Mike Wallace and Ted Burroughs in Gotham called the Gibraltar of New York. I mean, the Gibraltar of America. This was the center of British culture and of loyalist, the loyalist center during the American Revolution. And during that period of time, a lot of the Tories, or the loyalists, took over property that was owned by patriots. Their assumption was not that they were going to be chased out of New York at the end of the American Revolution, but that they were going to live here going forward in the British colony. That, of course, did not turn out as they expected, and so after the American Revolution, when the patriots returned, they wanted their property back, and they also wanted to, under the Trespass Act of 1783, to sue the Tories, or the Loyalists, for compensation for occupying their property during the American Revolution. And Hamilton took up a lot of these cases and defended the Tories in trying to make it so that they didn't actually have to pay this compensation. And this was really one of many acts of Hamilton's over the course of the 1780s, where he tried to reconcile the Loyalists, where he tried to really find common cause and integrate the Loyalists who remained in New York into American society, and to kind of make a peace rather than looking for punishment, to look for reconciliation between the Loyalists and the Patriots and in the new American nation. We'll see other points at which Hamilton worked in that respect. But working for these loyalists in terms, or representing these loyalists in terms of the Trespass Act was a really important example of Hamilton's efforts to do this reconciliation.